Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is Tenors to Human, and welcome back to our King Arthur campaign. You join us on the Dalmatian Coast, where the chariot army we had last time has moved on, chasing a few troops. It's been caught up by these guys over here. Valerius Brutus is in to take him on. Some patrolling cohorts, some legionaries, decent little force, but of course, it's all the chariots there going to get ripped to shreds. It's going to be hilarious, good fun. So we'll give all these guys even more experience and a great run out. As for the Romans, well, we are just biding their time. We're probably going to get these guys refreshed, ready to send them in, of course. Elsewhere, we are heading to Sardinia, and we need to keep pushing back the Egyptians. But all of that, well, that will have to come after this battle. So let's jump straight into this and sieve ourselves up some lovely Romans for lunch. Oh yes, here come the absolute flurry of chariots. They are not going to last long. We saw how this went last time, and it didn't go very well at all. So they are all going to melt, of course. We're not even going to bother piling into one flank and then the other this time. We are just going full on in. These guys are taking quite a bit of a whack, but their general is pretty much out of it at this point. Don't let him get away, please. Light chariots, please go and chase him down. He's not supposed to get away. Stop him! He's supposed to die, etc, etc. So, yeah, if we get him killed, that will be marvellous. He's actually realised his escape is the other direction, which means now he is indeed going to get himself slaughtered. So we'll finish him off. Is anyone actually still fighting? I'm not sure they are, you know. There's one or two guys at the back there we just need to chase down, so let's go and grab them. Ah, beautiful as ever. Oh yes, that was glorious. So, minimal losses, as you might expect. A few of the light chariots damaged. Slight issue, obviously, that I sent in the light chariots. Well, the light chariots reached there first because they are lighter, Thomas. So maybe in future we'll hold them back like we did in the last episode. But it's always nice to start off with an absolute massacre of some foolish Romans. They attacked us after all. They totally attacked us. Victory for us then, and they've been cleared out. Quite a few more men actually down that coast. Be careful with Illyria, especially as we don't have the best vision. Oh, we have a new young man come through. Anger. Oh, I don't like anger. That's not great. In the pink's good, but yeah, not the best. This guy's going to have to throw himself to his death pretty darn soon. Well, we'll see how that goes. Right, natural causes. And the No! No! Ah, a moment, please, for good old Brigamaglos, the killer. The Assassin of Latium, who the game obviously decided the Romans couldn't die, so they made sure my assassin died. They actually didn't generate a new guy. That's amazing. We actually might have been able to assassinate the faction. The game may have genuinely just forced him to die so that the Senate get to live. I suppose that just means Arthur himself is going to have to head down and do the job himself. I think we might do that very soon, actually, because the bridge over here, not the Milvian, I guess this is the Milvian bridge over this way, but yeah, one of the two bridges is empty and they have vacated that fort, so definitely opportunities for us as we start moving forward. Of course, I'm getting all of my head hurlers from lovely Peleas over here. They head back to St. Albans, which is of course where I want to get them all trained up. Lovely stuff. You head over into the forest then. We'll make sure we, go and meet you up with your army as and when the troops re-emerge. So we've got ourselves lots and lots of chariots as well. We'll go send those to that forest because we really need to get these retrained. So we'll start retraining up some of them. We have got more up in the north. They're coming through. Kador, I think you're new as well. Scout and positive. See, this is what we want. Scout and positive. Great start to you. I think I missed the rest of our messages there because I got distracted. Big mines of Vickers Goffey. This place is a gold mine. Literally a gold mine. Actually, is it literally gold mine? It's an amber mine. I know that much. Nope, they're silver. It's literally a silver mine. So, if you've got any good silver and amber-based puns, iron-based puns for the town, do feel free to send them in. There's timber as well. Absolutely marvellous. Okay, we'll go send these guys to the bridge. That's fine. Germans are just sitting there waiting to die. That's kind of possibly the better way at this point, lads. Yes, sensible from them. Right, as for all of this, we are looking very strong indeed, aren't we? These guys look like top-notch troops. We'll go and get ourselves some druids into the army in a few turns. Might just be able to add one into the rosters. Yeah, we have some damaged ones here. They actually got stuck in battle, which is mightily unusual. Much unusual indeed. Right. We have ourselves a few chaps here who can make themselves useful. Good old Bedivere is incredibly old, albeit his sons are coming through. You look terrible. And yeah, your other son, Kai, albeit he's been in battle a little bit, so I thrown him into constant battles the first few years of his life. But so he's picked up good experience, but apart from that, he's pretty terrible. This guy's just uninteresting. He's not terrible, and yeah, we've got a bit of a mixed bag. Certainly, the new generation doesn't look as good as the old one at this point in time. Not sure who's going to take over. I think Bedivere the Conqueror better take his army and start heading south with it. Right about now, actually. Maybe we'll leave a couple of slingers. Don't think we need 2 units of slingers. In fact, I don't... Actually, yeah, we'll... No, take a couple of slingers, that'll be fine. You head down south. Now, we want to send one of the youngsters with you, but I'll be honest, your sons are a bit terrible, so we're going to send Uther instead, and he's going to be your deputy who's going to sort you out. Meanwhile, go to Esclabor. You know what, I wouldn't mind you getting involved as well, but for now I think you just need to escort the troops back to Pendragon and you'll get them retrained there. Otherwise, we're going to get everyone into town. Should we leave this angry, slightly, vaguely too healthy a man to run that? I don't know. I do not know at all, you know. So, let's not worry about that. Let's think more about what we have over here. Because how we still can't see this town, I have no idea. There we are, Carolus. Load of ladders will do. 1 tower maybe. You know what? No. Ladders are fine. That's absolutely fine. There's not enough troops for it to really matter. That's much more important when when they have a few more troops on the wall. We don't really need to throw all of ourselves up in one go on the tower. We can kill them off as they are. So we have... Oh, the Spanish have Parma. Interesting. Shouldn't be that interesting, but it is quite interesting. And otherwise, let's go and snipe off a few of these boats. Let's break these off into a 2. There's only 10 there anyway. So they're sunk. That's good to see. What are you? A couple triumphs. We'll keep ourselves together for that one then, sirs. Back together. Take them on and keep clearing the seas. Keep it clear. At least the northern part of the Med should be controlled by us. Good news. Right, Italy, as ever, is looking very solid. We just deal with some barbarians here or there. I quite like that fort, so we'll keep that going forevermore. And over to Home Sweet Home, where, of course, it's just run by a load of cackling women. Yeah, just a huge force of screeching women. Ah, this is actually my assassin. I wonder why his vision was so bad. We have ourselves the diplomat haven over here. So we'll just send him in this direction. Lovely stuff. Tribusamate is still by the Scythians. Ah, I thought Dacia had that under siege. They've obviously failed to win. That's bizarre. Nonetheless, I would like some information from them if they want to update. They accept. Lovely stuff. Good news indeed. Fine. That's certainly good. Parthia still up in Trebus. Alani, interesting stuff. Well, to be honest, the East isn't really our main focus point right now. What is over here now, sir. Ooh, they've split up a little bit. Of course, we killed the general last time, didn't we? So we have ourselves a bit of a force to go and attack here. Now, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Urian over here obviously pulled a fantastic little withdrawal manoeuvre. And that means we're going to have to get ourselves set and win it this time, because we can't afford to hang around forever. Only some Libyans there. Not terrible and not the best either. Let's get all of our main troops back into the army. So, without clicking on the wrong thing, get your main infantry back. And then I want as many of these chariots as possible. Is that all I have space for? Do I have one more? I do have space for one more. That is good news indeed. So I reckon this army should be absolutely fine to take them on. We have a few more men left in the town if we need to just hold garrison. That might be okay. I'd rather go in and poke at Memphis if I can. 32% chance of managing to break in. Not confident about that, but the reinforcements. Oh, there are some mercenary war elephants. You do not see those very often. Okay, how am I going to deal with those? I don't know. I seem to recall having that issue on the rebel campaign at some point to take on some elephants, and I'm pretty sure actually a load of javelin men could rout them. But those are the mercenary war elephants. Those are a bit tougher. See what we can do with our boats over here. Try and clear a few more of them off. That was lucky. I thought there were more men in that fleet, but there really weren't. It was very much weakened and dishevelled. They've got too many boats here. I can't actually keep on top of all of this, especially with my slightly weak resources in terms of money. Yes. Well, I tell you what. We'll retrain what we've got at the very least. I really need to get across to... I keep saying this episode after episode. I need to get across over to Sparta. I will. I need to go and get Corinth, actually. That'd be more important. Okay, Augustus the Lewd has arrived. I swear I kicked you off this island last time, but there we are. I think... Yeah, he can't actually flee, so I have to go and snipe him off next time, actually. Good. Things are coming together very nicely. See what the end turn... Actually, no. Obviously, we actually want to attack, don't we? No, we won't see what the end turn has in stake. We have to go and take on good old Captain Nectar Nebu first. So, give him a poke. This time, the ratio is apparently 2-1. I don't believe that for a second. But we took out huge amounts of their archer. They had another 4 units of Pharaoh's archers last time, and we killed them. So, yeah, I'm glad we didn't take on all these guard. We're going to need this cavalry advantage. Right. Plan. Hold a line, hold it, get the chariots around and the flank. That's pretty much all we've got to make this work. Let's head in, let's take him out.
Many will go to the afterlife by nightfall. Be sure that you are not one of them. By night, hell will be filled with our foes if I have anything to do with it. Scream your battle cries, call to the gods, ask for their strength, and put true fear in the souls of your enemies.
Beautiful speech there. I certainly feel inspired and interesting battlefield. I'm not sure I actually mentioned last time. You can actually see the Pharos of Alexandria as well as the Pyramid of Giza. Not sure we can see the pyramid on this occasion, but last time we actually could see both, which was very interesting and slightly stretching the geography. But there we are. And a fair few trees. I definitely think ancient Egypt was lacking in trees. That was traditionally a problem, wasn't it? They couldn't have the wood for their boats. Right, let's get ourselves set then. They have themselves a big rock right behind them. I'd love that to be on our part of the battlefield, but sadly not. We'll see what they do with it, if anything. To be honest, I think we're going to just set ourselves up fairly. Actually, I'm just going to set myself back a little bit. I wouldn't mind having a bit of room for the chariots to work in. So I'm going to get myself in a wide formation because their spears are going to be awkward for me. So I probably want to make myself as wide as possible in many ways, so then I can just try and loop around. In fact, maybe I'll make it loose. This is what my brother was suggesting with when he plays as Thrace, be his favourite faction. And when you play as Thrace, you just get the Flaxman on massively wide settings and get them to go and kill everyone that way. And apparently that works very, very well because they just make everyone rout. So whenever we get to doing the Thrace guide, we will have a good look at that in slightly more detail. We're going to try a sort of element of that here today because I need to make sure I can somewhat match their line and actually outmaneuver it. So a bit wider will mean actually have slower losses. So I think that will be very sensible indeed. Get the head hurlers in behind off skirmish, and at this point I am quite happy with what I've got there. Obviously my general needs to just sit back behind the line, keep them all chill. Last time I sent them out with the cav just because I needed them to hold. We don't really have enough Numidians on this occasion, so what we'll do is we'll put some camels over on this flank, some Numidians over on this flank, just to prevent or just to help with any potential flank. But of course we're the ones with the cavalry, they are not. So I'm going to get them all out on this flank just to start with, and we'll see what they want to do. So I wonder what they're going to make of this because it's a bit unusual. the wide position for me. Of course, they do have enough infantry to spread it wide themselves, but it could be an interesting one. Right, let's get these guys racing forward and, yeah, very much see if we can toy with them a little. At the moment, they're falling back a little bit, which is interesting, but I'm not too worried about that. I actually completely forgot about the Bedouin archers, so they're going to slowly plod their way over here. Pharaoh's bowmen are coming towards us. Now, if they're just in range there, that's annoying. I want them to be just a bit away from the rest of their force. But yeah, if we need to start approaching them, I guess is what we'll do, because I really going to struggle to flank them with this rock here. It's just a bit awkward. Right, well, as we pull away, they are now coming out to this flank to deal with us, and I think that's a perfect chance to come and charge in and hopefully clear out all their chariots with one go. Now, obviously, I am significantly weaker than their chariots, but I hope the sheer numbers is going to do the job. Everyone else needs to get into position nice and fast. Come on, guys, you must be able to beat one unit by yourself. Really, 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 they're going to completely fail, aren't they? Guys, pull out there. Useless, useless fools. There we are. We've managed to get him, but we've pretty much lost our chariots as a result of this, so I'm not particularly pleased about that. I might actually have to start sending some of my camels to act as my cavalry, which isn't really ideal because they're terrible cavalry, but nonetheless we'll have to do that. Right, swing our chariots into their foes' bowmen, because frankly that's the only thing we can do. That was not the clip I was trying to watch at this moment in time. Thank you very much, chaps. Right, good charge into them. By good charge I mean a terrible charge. Nothing happened at all. Get yourselves out to the flank, guys. That was useless. Chariots couldn't even pull out of the Pharaoh's bowmen without getting themselves killed, which is just brilliant. So, to be honest, guys, you might as well get yourself back to ally at this point, because these chariots are becoming an embarrassment when we're taking on these Egyptians here. Now, I wouldn't mind if that would actually kill them all, but no, we're just knocking them over as we try and flee here. Useless men. I'm going to take the old tactics of World War 1 here and slowly walk towards the enemy, which is a much better plan when you don't have machine guns firing at you, so I think we'll be fine. We do need to worry about, though, is the machine guns of their day, which is these Pharaoh's bowmen, who are quite terrifying. Not too many of them, thankfully, and that should mean that we're okay, and if they're trying to reposition as we walk up to them, then we won't take too much damage. Let's get these chariots back out to the flank. That'll be magnificent. And I'm just going to try and overwhelm them, to be honest. That's pretty much the plan at this stage. So these lovely camels want to get themselves around the back. They're a bit concerned, apparently. Those Pharaoh's bowmen, that works for me. We'll just be shooting them in the back as you get yourselves into position. Lovely. Good job, camels. And everyone else, yeah, just a slow, slow walk. It's a bit like zombies, really. We're just walking slowly towards you. And hopefully you'll be terrified. Still the slow walk. Here we go. Right. Get the charge in. Get the charge in. There are some desert axemen. You get around to those bowmen. Numidians, throw in your weapons as well into those Nubian spearmen over on that flank. Right. The whole point of this, guys, is that we can get around them by just having too many men. So start getting yourselves forward. Druids, chanty, 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 please. That'd be magnificent. And then just get yourselves around. This is a little bit awkward because, yeah, there are actually a few people breaking way too early here. But if we can get around them, we should be in a good position. Right, you get yourselves over here. These chosen swordsmen are absolutely fine. What we want to do is, try and figure out what is going on. On the whole, we're getting around them okay, but not brilliantly. You guys keep on plodding forward. Head hurlers. Throw it into wherever you can, to be honest, into those bowmen. See how they like the skulls of their friends? They don't at all. They gained experience of throwing skulls at them, and I think this is very much a route over here. Okay. That means, what are we doing? Who have we got? Numidians. Yeah, Numidians, you mop them up as well as the weaker Bedouins. The rest of the Bedouins, you're with the Pharaoh's bowmen right now. You two get into them together and we'll be absolutely fine. The rest of you, minus you chaps, just get into them. That'll be absolutely fine. Yeah, head hurlers have done their job. They are now routing as well. So are those guys. Chosen swordsmen have regrouped. There's only about 1 or 2 units refighting, and I think it's this Pharaoh's Guard over here. Everyone else seems to be gone at this stage, which is good news indeed. Right, get these guys in the rear. The head hurlers are doing their job. They just absolutely tear our units to shreds. There's nothing I can do against those Pharaoh's Guard. They're absolutely ridiculous. I cannot live with them. However, I can kill them just about, and that will be what I need to do. Okay, Pharaoh's Guard are going. That's good to see. Get yourselves over here. Block them. I don't know why we haven't won. I'm not sure which unit is still fighting. I can't actually see anyone still fighting. However, we seem to have won this battle, so I'm happy to just mop up at this stage. Lovely stuff. Alright, that was awkward. Awkward. I'm going to take a lot of losses taken on the Egyptians, aren't I? I think so. I'm going to mop up every last one of them then. I think the wider line, though, was certainly a better way of using infantry. It just gives us more chance to find a gap and break through the lines. But we are going to need the heavy chariots desperately. Those light chariots almost got annihilated simply taking on their one heavy chariot there. So we've got to be very careful indeed as we go forward. But if we can go from here into Memphis, then we'll be in a good place to try and hold on and build to go forward. So let us speed this up and see how we're looking at the campaign map after all this. Clear victory there. The numbers look pretty good, it must be said. But yeah, our infantry do not like heading into a phalanx. It's really just a meat grinder. We'll be very careful indeed. Now, if we were to head into there, could we... Ooh, okay, he can reach... Oh, he can't actually. If we block the bridge, then no, he can't actually reach us, which is good. We can break into there one way or another. Fine, we will do that. The gate, sadly, is not open. That is a big shame, but not the end of the world. If they want to come in and attack the city, they're welcome. We will take Memphis, and then we'll come back for them. Good. Good, 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 good. Right, we'll do as much as we can with this. How many of these towers can we get? 3. 3 will be enough. Pharaoh's Guard, Pharaoh's Bowman. Okay, not the easiest city to crack into, but I think we've got enough infantry to do it. Just make sure we've got as many at full strength as possible. Yeah, you can share your number around a little bit. So we've got 3 damaged units there. Overall, actually, we've only really lost 1 unit of infantry in all of that. So we're not doing too badly. No, probably a couple of units even, sorry. But no, not too bad at all. So let's have our end turn. See where things go from here. Well, 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 the Brutites want to keep doing it, do they? Well, Bedivere the Conqueror is certainly a man who can stand up to use. It says a ratio 3-2. It's certainly a strong army, I can't deny that. What have they got? A load of old rubbish that's been battered by several armies a few times by the looks of it. Been a few auto-resolves with the chariots once or twice, so I suppose that's possibly what's going on there. Okay, well... They're an interesting force, aren't they? I'm not too worried about those scorpions, but there is a Praetorian and a legionary cav there. In fact, there's 2 Praetorians to worry about. Okay, not the strong force it maybe looked like it could have been, but certainly the odd thing to keep an eye out for here. So let's head into battle. Let's clear these guys out.
Look at them. Look and remember, every one of them fears you. Fear gnaws at their gizzards. Fear eats their hearts. Fear of me. Fear of you. Now, fight!
Yes! Fantastic speech, sir. Well, let's head into battle. It turns out that he gives a rousing speech. And we have ourselves a nice open battlefield. We do have a rock over here. And I wouldn't mind using it after the last battle. We didn't get to use one. It was used really against us. To be honest, though, it's a bit of a hill... just on the edge of it, and to be honest, in many ways that's not ideal, is it? Not really. You know what? I don't think that's really going to help us out. It's going to be a little bit awkward, so I'm going to get it set up. Fairly standard, I think. Oh, we've got slingers this time, and we'll head into battle. As ever with the Romans then, we're probably going to head our chariots out to one flank and just make sure we're in a good position. As for their cavalry out here, yes, well we've got a young general and some cataphracts, so I'm sure they will make sure we're safe. No sir, no sir, no sir. You're all supposed to stay there. I obviously grabbed you by accident. Don't worry about any of that. Now, they're coming towards me. They are... they didn't have any archers at all, did they? No, but they did have a scorpion back somewhere, which seems to be miles out of the way. They are properly charging in, aren't they? They really, really are. Well, let's just get the druids chanting from the start here. Praetorian cavalry. I'm not sure how well 3 units will take them on, but I'm sure we'll be okay. So let's get ourselves just set into that position there. Get one of the... Oh, they are coming in for us. So go for the Praetorians. Go for the Praetorian cav, and I reckon we'll be able to chop them up, especially as they are... Nope, they're going to chop us up. I was going to say since we hit them from both sides there, but we don't seem to have hit them very well from both flanks. Try and pull out there if you can, lads. That'd be grand. Get yourself into those legionary cav as well. General's going to try and hit them. At this point, we're in a good position just to get in here, actually. So Warhounds, and the other guys. They're kind of hitting everywhere at once, which is not very polite to me, trying to, you know, actually manage all the different positions. It's rather rude, as indeed, isn't it? Very rude. Okay, these chariots are in trouble. But we'll just keep these guys occupied. It's not the end of the world. They're easy enough to retrain. There is a charge coming here. We really should have got that sorted out. General, come and deal with that. I've got my... I don't know what's just happened to me here. I'm not paying any attention to anything, and I'm getting flanked all over the place because I'm a fool. I think just their sheer aggression caught me out. I've been very much having to push against the enemy in these recent battles, so it's a little bit confusing having to be the aggressive one. But nonetheless, I'm quite happy with all of that. In fact, there's a Roman armoured general over there. I'm pretty sure these infantry can actually deal with him, to be honest. But we'll potentially send someone else in to help if we have them to spare. So yeah, everyone just get into there. This flank is melting. There we are. Even the general's fleeing at this point. The chariots seem to have actually won their flank, which is interesting. No idea what I'm doing. I think it's too near dinner time and I need myself a tasty snack. So I might go do that after this battle. In fact, dogs, please don't do your stupid thing, get yourself killed, because I don't really know what you're doing right now. Praetorian cohort, get yourselves the cataphracts into the back of them. I don't think they'll be very happy after that. Largely we're mopping them up, but I'm a little bit confused about the fact that we're clearly got a few of them who haven't actually fled properly, who aren't routing. So just to make sure we go and get the general here. Into him. You missed. You totally missed. Oh, he's turned around. That's very helpful of him. Get yourself killed, mate. Only the last guy left. That should be him. Yep. Slapped him off the horse as ever we would do. Okay. So what have we got here? We've got ourselves 2 units to head in. Slingers have them flanked because actually the game naturally did that flanking maneuver much better than I did, albeit maybe I just did it in my sleep. Not the most eloquently battled battle for me there. No idea what I've been doing. But battle is won without too bad of a loss. 30%, a bit more than I was really looking for, if I'm perfectly frank. But you know what? Keeps them occupied, keeps them bottled up in the Dalmatian coast. We are one army closer to taking the next old town along the way. I keep forgetting they have all of Greece though, so Brutii's is going to be a bit of a war. Going to take us some time. Sadly, that proves to be the last dance of Bedivere the Conqueror. Sadly, he passed away soon after the battle. Probably not his finest hour in many days. A bit of a scruffy affair, but I'm sure Uther has learnt many things from the great man. Sadly, he didn't pass on that retinue, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. We're picking up retinue left, right, and centre right now. But yes, one of our great generals, Bedivere, he smashed into northern Italy for us, helped along all of these conquests, and of course has taken part of Illyria too. So we'll have to finish off the job without him. That is definitely a sad, sad event for us. But new generation coming along, and we obviously need to get Uther of Bukharum over here to carry on. I like to say the famous warrior is indeed Bedivere in spirit. But you know what? This is a sharp young lad, bloody in battle, untouched by fear. He is going to be a great commander as well. He's actually already got +3 morale for troops in the battlefield. We'll pick up those Illyrians, I think, because actually they're pretty decent, and we could do with a bit of missile work. Not too shabby at all. Okay, to be fair, this army hasn't actually taken too many scrapes. It's just the light chariots who are picking up a few more scrapes than they really need to. As for northern Italy, I think the Romans, no, they still haven't actually got any leaders coming into the family. At 53, he could just pop his head off at any point. That's a phrase, isn't it? Yeah, his head could just plop off, and with that, the faction would be dead. I don't actually have any more assassins to go and do that job, not that I'm aware of anyway. Yeah, if there's none up in Escobar, then there aren't any at all. Right, over to Egypt, and I have taken a few units out of here because we do, yeah, I think we just need to get a little bit of organisation on what's left of this force. Some of these guys are pretty badly damaged, actually. So we do want to head in, but we might need a bit of fodder for the wall. So we're going to get the Libyans to help us out with that. Now, do we have much more to help? Yes, we do. Okay, actually, these peasants aren't terrible. Not terrible, anyway, so we'll probably grab a couple of those. Won't be too bad. You guys come and join us for the party. Lovely stuff, and to be honest, those Archer Cav can probably head back as well. And that probably leaves us just maybe a few more Libyans just to help with the javelin throwing. Good stuff. Alright, we've got plenty to head into Memphis. That's certainly going to help the public order, which partly is just because of the very high tax rate, but obviously in time that's going to get terrible once again. Also because this guy is perhaps not the best. How are you doing, actually? Publicly loyal, feeling poorly. That's not great. He is pretty careless, it must be said. He's pretty terrible when it comes to it in battle. Gets himself killed a lot. But actually, he's got some good traits in terms of being an actual general. Just not in terms of getting into the battle. And to be honest, with the Britons, we don't like too much of our men in the battle, do we? It gets a little bit mad when we do that. Now, to be fair, I could probably get rid of a few more of these chariots as well, because I'm probably better off, weirdly, with some more peasants just to bulk up the numbers and make sure we smash those walls. So we'll probably go and do that. Otherwise, entertain report, not a lot. I've already spent the money, frankly, so there's not a lot we can really gain at this point from that particular report. But what I'd like to do is go and head over here, and I keep on saying it, and I haven't quite actually gone through it yet. So what I'm going to do is grab one of my boats over here. I'm just going to send a scout of 10 mercenary peltasts to go and see what's happening in that part of the world. Not a lot, actually. Not a lot. Okay, that's a good sign. Good sign indeed. We're going to start heading some of our other men across them. So let's take my army. What do I need to keep the town held? You know what? I'm going to leave you guys behind. Yeah, that'll probably be decent enough. I'm going to need a pretty big army actually to go and capture the town. Right. You know what? I'm just going to have to take the whole force, I think. I think I might have to. You know what? We're going to hold back for this turn. We'll come back to this because I probably want these guys to come join me. Indeed I do. So you know what? We've got plenty of men actually. But yeah, we want those guys to come join our force out in the field. And that means what's left in the city that'll possibly do actually. Next time we'll get ourselves the hoplites and we'll get moving. So we'll just hang out on the water's edge there. These guys are just here as a bit of a garrison. Ooh, Manius the Mad, 6 experience with silver sword and shield. Okay, that's no joke. Maybe we crack it to Sparta or Athens first. I don't know. We'll see about that. We will see indeed. Now, we can't afford a lot, but frankly, some extra peasants just for the numbers to keep them chill. Not a bad idea. So, General and all my chariots head back in. That doesn't make it better at all. Okay, well, We'll send in a few more troops just to make it chill out for the moment, but we might have to consider where that goes next turn. Interesting one. Right, that's looking good as well. The main thing now, though, is to head into Caris over here. We're ready to go and finish off the Jullii. Magnificent stuff here. 5-2. I probably would auto-resolve, but we're keeping some of this army together, and to be honest with you, I think it's only fair to take their last city that we give them a chance to fight properly. Let's go. Strangely, not too many men on the wall over here, so we're going to get everyone running in. To be honest, I've got my slingers coming up where the light auxiliary are, so maybe not the best of plans. Just drop that, actually, for the moment. We'll get you in position in time, lads. Don't you worry about that. Right, I'm sending up some of the weaker lads to start. To be fair, they have some experience. They're not terrible. But I want to hold back a few of my slightly more elite troops. Just in... I say elite, they're just the basic swordsmen. But, you know, slightly more solid units for later on in case I need some backup. We should be fine here. I don't envisage too many problems. Wish I could run with the ladder like in Medieval 2, but here we are. One thing I always notice about this, actually, if the game happens to give it to a unit with 120, you end up getting like 5 ladders, and if they happen to give it to like druids, you get like 2. But oh well, not the end of the world, eh? But it is a bit of a strange one. It obviously means you get a lot more men onto the wall. So yeah, nice to probably have at the front of your unit a load of infantrymen who happen to have yeah, a good amount of men in it. But there we are. I tell you what, lads, if you pick up those ladders again, good work. Bring it over here, and maybe we'll get a flank in on them in time. Early legionary cohort throwing javelins over the wall like absolute badasses that they are. But I'm not sure it's really worked that well. We seem pretty happy to get ourselves up here. I would suggest, lads, that you run over to that tower. I speak English really well. Now, right, these guys are up as well. Good news indeed. Right, if you get yourselves... oh, actually, no. Get yourselves over here because they're going to react to you, aren't they? Quickly. So if we can beat them through there, onto the other side, we control the tower. Perfect stuff. Perfect indeed. Right, you guys, grab your ladder. Put it here in case we want it. You come over here, that'll be absolutely fine. Now they've run over in that direction. Now they need to run back in this direction and complete the game of the tower shooting everybody, which is my favourite game. So, how are we getting on? Are these guys broken? They are indeed, because they're terrible. Fine, not working that well, but it is still apparently our tower. We might be getting some support from it. Maybe guys hang back there for the minute. I'm going to get some swordsmen to help you. You know what? We don't really need that. What we need to do is we're just going to climb, you know, the ladders we've already got. So I'm going to go tell them to do that. The slingers are not listening to where I want them to go, which is over there. Well, at the very least, these units are getting themselves killed gradually as we get in. These are just javelin men, by the way, so that's what beats our actual infantry, the light auxiliary. Quite ridiculous, but there we go. Swordsmen are now up. These guys are getting themselves slaughtered. They are useless, aren't they? Look, they don't even know how to ladder. How do you even ladder? I don't know. You reminded me of John, a mini true nerd now. Doesn't know how to use a ladder. Right. Let's ignore the slingers because they're clearly utterly useless. What is happening to my men right now? This is what happens sometimes in the walls. Utter chaos. Your men fail at everything. But at the end of the day, we seem to have chopped down this one unit of javelin men. And now we're getting on with, yeah, shooting them down. Good stuff. They're getting themselves picked off for no good reason. Might as well go and grab the next tower because we need to head up this little alleyway up to the plaza. With the madness continuing, I thought I'd send in chariots to make everything work a little bit better. So here we go. Chariots will cut them down. They're completely insane inside the city, but it's absolutely fine. We'll be able to plod our way up to the plaza in a moment or two. Where is... Okay, I may have got my openings wrong. Ah! I thought we were going to the one where this got to us. No, it's just over there. It's all fine. I got a bit confused because we've got the Shrine to Milk Cart over here and not the usual one. Okay, that's absolutely fine. We'll go bring ourselves towards the good old Shrine to Milk Cart and we'll start heading into the plaza. There's not too much left. What have they got? They've got themselves that general unit of infantry. Another unit of infantry. Fine, easy enough stuff. Well, with infantry in some kind of a position, I've decided to tell the chariots to do their thing, which normally involves complete chaos. On this particular occasion, seems to actually vaguely cause something useful, which is nice, I suppose. So we've got the war cry going. They're going to charge in. And with that, I guess it's time to get people round the back. Charge in, lads. Charge in. Lovely stuff. Well, they're going to get themselves utterly annihilated. The auxilia over there don't know what they're doing. Good news indeed. Good news. So we're going to pin them in and surround them. They're in a pretty deadly position at this point. Auxilia are frightened by chariots. Auxilia, get yourselves in as well. Everyone pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, back. We're supposed to face them on the edge of the... Right, guys, we're supposed to face them slightly off the plaza. Right, just get all the cavalry in, to be honest. Maybe they'll understand what the plan is. No, they're not going to understand what the plan is, Thomas. There. Okay, well, all is fine. We're just going to... Yeah, actually, this might work. Vaguely. Somewhat. All units, just kill them. Very simple. Okay, they're not going to last very long. There's 61 of them. The leader's dead, killed by one of our general chaps. Our general's going to kill himself in a suicide charge, I imagine. It's all part of a day's work in Rome Total War, especially as the Britons. They are very surrounded, so General, if I'm honest, do just make sure nothing stupid happens. And on the whole, we will just slowly push them off the plaza. We'll chop them apart, and there we are, victory for us. 36% lost, mostly due to complete suicidal lunacy on the walls there, particularly from the slingers, who were utter fools. But that is Sardinia, and with that, the Jullii are dead. Magnificent day here, and exterminate that. Faction destroyed. The House of the Jullii. Marvellous stuff. A bit of a damp squib to go. Oh, should I get rid of the Shrine to Milk Cart? Can we upgrade that? Yes, we can, because it's actually an equivalent god. There we are. Britannia. We'll update that straight to tradable goods. Works in my favour. Lovely. And this is better infrastructure than my towns. Perfect. We'll get ourselves some infantry for the short term. Resistance is futile. The skull of Julius Caesar right there. He never came to be. Lovely. And there we are. That is their old faction leader. Just sitting there chilling out as a rebel. Marvellous news. Marvellous indeed. Right. This is the new town of Hoel. As he's the man who captured, of course. This is now our tradition. It's the great city of Hoel. Marvellous. So, over in St Albans, we are very close to getting this stuff together. So we've got the retraining just about finishing up at this point. We've got a load of them over here. How many of you are done? A few more. A few more. Lovely stuff. It's all coming together, ladies and gents. To be honest, I think we have enough at this point. Send this forward. The rest can just be reinforcements. So here we are. Chariot Army. Escobar the Conqueror. Obviously faction there, but he's never going to make it. But I do love him. He is a pet hunting dog. Good old Bitey. Always been with him. And I think, yeah, we're getting some high experience of some of these now. We've got 5 experience in these guys. 2, 2, 1. Okay, not that good. It's just, I looked immediately at the good one. That is fine. I'll tell you what. We will grab some of these chariots, mix them in, and I think we'll start looking very, very silly indeed. Oh, I love it. Right, King Arthur, I think you're going to have to take and lead with Excalibur some of these guys into battle very soon. Kai's a bit mad. We might leave him out of that one. I think it's a bit too much bloodlust for him. But no, I'm looking forward to that one very much. Now, over here, what have we got left in this force? A bit of a merge. We're not looking too weak, actually. I thought we'd taken a bit more damage than that, but it's actually not too bad, is it? I guess we lost 2.5 units or so, but it could be a lot worse. Could be a lot worse. Now, do we want to press on? Possibly not. Possibly just want to hang around for the time being. Let's just go and stand on their watchtower. Maybe just refresh with some new dogs. Lovely stuff. Otherwise, I'm quite happy to keep what we've got. These guys are fairly experienced, but we'll send them back for a retrain. And in the meantime, you know what? Even more dogs. Even more dogs. I love them. We'll send those into battle. Clear out anything that stands in our way. Lovely, lovely, lovely. This guy, are you new, Sinan? Oh yes, I remember you from, like, I don't know, earlier in the episode. Yes, he is terrible, isn't he? Bedivere over here is Pet Lion. I like you. Doubtful Courage. It's a bit of a shame, but plus 2 hit points. So actually, he's got a weird mix of things there. Very weird mix indeed. We can make use of him though. Let's have some chosen swordsmen. It's always nice to have some extras on the field. Engraver just needs some extra men to keep it protected. Glorious stuff, right? I think, ladies and gents, it is time to head into Memphis. We've been putting it off long enough in this episode. Let's finish up the day with the capture of Memphis and the capture of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Oh, this is a day of many, many great events. You know, the end of the Jullii, the capture of Giza. Well, we haven't captured it yet, Thomas. So don't count your chickens just yet, but we're going to head in. I reckon we can do it. So, what have they got again? 2 units of Pharaoh's Bowmen. Those are a menace. The slingers are basic. We can mop those up. Egyptian chariots, a tiny amount left. It is the general unit, so they will probably last a bit. Now spearmen can phalanx, so not terrible. And with the bronze silver shields, they're okay. Desert axemen are choppy lads. They're okay once again, but yeah, we could be careful. There's still one Pharaoh's guard. Now the good thing is those phalanxes can't run properly on the walls, so we should be able to take them on top of the walls as long as we can, get our swords into them. So actually, I think the wall fighting might benefit us if that's what they want to do. Let's head in. Let's clear out Memphis. This is not the entrance you ever want to face. Firstly, camera issues, Rome Total War. I have very, very little complaints of this game in an overall view, but epic stone walls. Maybe they just wanted it for this view here. I do not think this is going to be a particularly good place to attack, but there we can see the pyramids that we are going to steal for ourselves. We probably should already kind of have control of those. It is very near the plaza, this gate, though. Can't argue with that. It's pretty direct, all things considered, but I think there must be a slightly better approach somewhere. Not very familiar with these types of cities. Long time since I played as Egypt, to be perfectly frank with you. Yeah, I'd much rather the other side completely. Do we have ourselves a gate to the north? We do indeed. Okay, is this a little bit better? It's a little bit awkward, actually. Incredibly long-winded and very narrow. What about the west? Try all of the gates. Any gate apart from that one. Ah, this is much better. Much better. We can stay away from the walls back here. Alright, that suits me a little bit more. Eventually we get ourselves over here. Fine. So the west gate it is. We're not going to go through the suicide gate. That would just be, well, suicidal. 3 towers. Not huge. Not a huge amount of towers. And of course, I do always have the issue, and I'm going to complain about it every time, but of course these guys are not going to bother shooting their ballistas out at all when I use them. Of course, if I attack against them, they will absolutely slaughter my men on the walls. But there we are. That's just a complaint I have every time. So these guys are going to head in. I want, to be honest, I've got such an advantage of infantry that I'm just going to send some of my best men onto the wall. I actually am very much lacking when it comes to reinforcement infantry here. So I do have a slight issue. But we have ourselves tons of extra men to do doggy work later, if indeed that's what I need to do. So let's get everyone else over here and we'll head into the battle. Right, all 3 towers have managed to reach the walls. Maybe they're all over there to avoid being shot by the towers. Oh, sirs, you don't need to have worried at all. The game was never going to let my towers shoot. But we have now got some of the walls, and the gateway is theirs, unfortunately. But their slingers are what taken on our men. I mean, look so dainty. We're going to fight in the magic lands of the Darkened Room. Yep, we're fighting in the Darkened Room of Doom. Ah, but we popped out. What? That guy just walked through. He's probably dead now, but he tried to do it by himself. Where are the rest of us? Okay. Right, we seem to have got all those towers. This is painful. Painful things on Epic stone walls are so irritating, it's unbelievable. Right, Libyans, your job is to get up here and throw javelins down at any fools who are stupid enough to go and stand there. That works for me. And you guys, honestly, just come and back up your mates so they feel like they're supported. They should be fairly confident beating up these guys, but apparently they're concerned about their exposed flanks. I don't think you should. Your flanks are covered by us entirely. So, we're pushing them back here. Maybe, lads, maybe send more than 2 of them forward. They're actually trying to sling at us right now, which is interesting. It's very hard to get the camera to work on epic stone walls. I would love to give you more of a cinematic experience audience, but yeah, we're kind of a bit stuck when it comes to this size wall. It's the main reason on the guys I don't really care if they have epic stone walls or not, because of this. Even the camera's so unhappy right now. But we are chopping them down. They're doing a very good job. Steve here is absolutely loving it. He's not had such a grand day out since before the lockdown, and we haven't even had any plagues in this empire yet, so it's been a grand old time for him. We're still at 69, and they are down to 39. Looking good over there. Right, Ferris bowmen are coming through. Libyans get into position. Lovely, lovely, lovely. If you, sirs, can just get yourself about there. Don't worry about skirmish. The game's going to get very confused by skirmish mode, I imagine. So don't worry about that. Are these guys up as well? They are indeed. Lovely. Well, there we go. You guys get yourself into position. Start throwing random javelins. Are the peasants up on the walls? If they are, then that's grand. We'll start sending them to go and capture any of the walls, just to make sure any wandering units get themselves shot. It's good to have the towers on your side. Lovely stuff. So these guys are impetuous and fresh. These guys are steady and tired. Okay, well, to be honest, about only 4 of you have actually got into battle yet, so that could be partly what it is. But we'll send you back. Don't worry about that. You guys go and run away. Here come the archers shooting through. I wonder if the arrows come through. Bit of rotational attack here. I'm very impressed with my top level of skills. So, charging, lad. Oh, look, we got more than 2 men through the gates. Well done. Well done. Very much there, sir. So, onto the Ferris bowmen, down to 64 already. That's pretty good. The gateway is technically theirs. There's no towers up here, so if we're fighting on this part, we should be fairly safe. These are the other ones on the wall, aren't they? Yeah, you go and support your friends over here. If I can find them, I will send you to support. See, this unit's march. See, they've got the idea. Yeah, we fight. We fight with swords. We fight with... No, we don't fight with cannons, sadly. This Blackadder reference isn't going to work on this particular one. It only works on Medieval 2. Right, looks like we are winning this. The slingers are broken, so that is grand. And I don't know what's happening down here. Desert Axemen and Pharaoh's Guard. Aha! Okay, good. I'm pleased about that. Libyans. Get yourselves over here, please. Could really do with your assistance. Yes, you see, that's what I wanted to see. Libyans getting their javelins straight into the Nile, lads, as they approach the walls. And yeah, that's very good indeed. That is what I wanted to see. That's what you're there for. See, anyone complaining that I brought useless Libyan mercenaries along? Here they are. They've nearly killed half of an average unit. Yep, they did their job. These guys did arrows, but are they like such an angle because they're so high they can't even shoot? I don't actually know. Who knows? Right, the Libyans in position. Yes, as grab your javelins and fire. Preferably at the Pharaoh's Guard. Let's have a little look-see. Do they have themselves a good angle at this? Who knows? Because we can't see, which presumably means they can't see us either. Is indeed how it works. Right. Bit of damage to them. They seem to be shrugging off in spite of not having any shields, which is frankly a little bit strange, but yep. Javelins in the back does do a bit of damage, so that is something if something if nothing else. Right, you guys charge through. That'd be marvellous. We have lost a few of our men there. We do need to go and make sure the tower is completely ours and we're not getting ourselves killed for no reason. Libyans, if you bring yourself through here, that will be marvellous. My chariots are complete lunatics. Stop charging into the spears. Stop charging into the spears, you utter fools. You're just supposed to shoot them with a few of your bows. They are so stupid. It is absolutely ridiculous. Like, your job is to not be that stupid. Well, look, some of them at least hit the axeman, which is far less idiotic, but my days. Even when you try something simple like go and shoot a unit, they still can't manage it. Ridiculous. Let's try and grab some of these other guys, head into these Nile spearmen and finish them off. You know what? Heck, let's send in the 2 Libyan mercenaries. I'm pretty sure they'd finish off the job at this point. The exceptionally poor record of my chariots against the Egyptian ones is very much continuing here. We've done, what, 0 damage? 1 damage, 2 damage. Yeah, our chariots are not doing very well here, but you know what? That's fine. We'll chop them down eventually. We'll retrain them. You know what? If we want to do it that way, we'll do it that way. Let's just get all the infantry in at this point. I can't be bothered anymore. Come on, Jibby. Kill the last chap. Who's the last one? Their general's about to go down. Here he is. He's going to be chopped down. There he goes. And a horse has slammed into the walls. Good news indeed. Right. What else have we got over here? Pharaoh's Guard and something else. All of these chaps then. Get yourself over here. That'll be marvellous. We'll get some lovely spearmen to come and join us. Head herders will be there as well. Somewhere around the entrance, yeah, are these guys who we need to come and kill. So Libyans, come and chase them down. It'll be magnificent. And I think we can finish the job. These Libyans are going to run into the front, so maybe don't do that anymore, lads. That isn't actually very sensible. Yay! We're going to get ourselves killed. Right, they've got themselves broke. Great! Onto the plaza then. I'm done with the ludicrousness of this battle. We're just going to charge these pharaohs. No, we're just going to run towards the pharaohs, bowmen, and then flee. Brilliant work. Once again, they really do excel here today. Yeah, let's just charge everyone into them at this point. Who cares about anything sensible or tactics? I don't know. Apparently we found a new way to get to the plaza as well. That's exciting. More troops are here. Random Numidians have turned up. Pharaoh's bowmen are some reason still fighting. General's in there as well. He's going to get himself killed unnecessarily, I'm sure. But apparently we've won a battle. Oh look, there's actually a battle going on over here. What's actually going on? Pharaoh's Guard, are we all right in front of the front of them? Yes, we are. You know, lads, you know, there was one way of getting into this battle and that wasn't it. We've really even gone the right direction to get into this. So, we will, we'll try and flank them because there's 3 of us. Use a little bit of the nous and start stabbing the Pharaoh men. Lovely! Right, well, we're here is Memphis. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. Charge. Any of you? Charge. All of you. Get in here. Finish the battle, please. Clear them out. Well done! Oh, that guy! Brutal. There we are, Pharaoh's Guard. I don't actually have their phalanxes out anymore. They are completely surrounded. In come the Numidians, who really have a bone to pick with these guys. They are loving getting in. And here comes the general himself, completely lost and isolated somewhere in the depths of the city. Yeah, I think this is been yet another chaotic battle with the Egyptians. Victory for us. Fair amount of losses, but we can retrain. We can retrain. It's still good. It's still good. There we go. Memphis has been captured. Exterminate the population, and with that, we have ourselves warning headphone users. Wonder. The Great Pyramid and Sphinx of Giza. Marvellous stuff. Yes, the loyalty of Egyptians is going to be incredibly important. 2560 BC. Magnificent stuff. I must say, I'm sure I've said it before on the channel, a little bit kind of lacked awe when I went there in real life, if I'm honest. Like, I actually studied ancient history. I should really love it, but I don't know. I don't know. It just didn't. I don't know. I went to Petra. About 2 days before, and Petra was just so much more mind-boggling. Pyramids maybe just didn't do for me that day. Shame. Maybe I need to go back at some point. But on a positive note, we have ourselves plenty of training opportunities here, which is good. We can get the heavy chariots, which I'm probably going to pump out immediately. Obviously, need to do a little bit of blending and retraining. By a little bit, I mean pretty much putting down all of the chariots because they are utter fools. I'm quite proud of my Libyans, and they followed instruction. And to be honest, what more can you actually ask? Because, yeah, no one else seemed to. So, well done. Well done indeed. Now, there are actually a few men who properly need some retraining here. These guys actually did get themselves killed, but well done for trying. I'll let you go and live. You're part of the town now. Have fun with that. Yeah, and we'll just get you all retrained. Lovely. From there, we might as well focus on a few key units, getting an upgrade, which would be you guys. Memphis, what can we do for you? I don't remember what temple you've got here. Oh, you've got the full temple city. Well, we'll probably just keep that, to be honest, because we don't have the culture penalty for Egyptians anymore. Just the distance to the capital, which is big enough in itself, quite frankly. So we'll pump that up to very high. We can probably do the same over here in Gawain City. Indeed we can. That is good news. And we are one turn away from the weaponsmith. Things are looking grand. We obviously can't really defend bridges against them. They've got the Mercenary War Elephants coming. Oh no, this is not good, is it? It's not good at all. They're coming. They are coming back for us, and I don't know if we are going to be ready, but we can certainly give it a try, and we will see how that all goes next time. I must say, sorry, King Arthur, you haven't appeared in either of these 2 episodes. Here's King Arthur, by the way. Arthur the Killer. He's just hanging out in Ariminum, training his men. Depends if you don't have money, so he hasn't really been doing much training. Get some chosen swordsmen. Yeah, there we are. We've seen King Arthur. Right, we'll leave it till next time. And next time, I do promise you, we are actually ready to start ploughing into Rome. We are going to have to defend against Egyptians as well. This has certainly become a distraction. The last few episodes have certainly been about 3 turns. It's been a little bit ridiculous. But with our random scout over here, we might well have an opportunity to go and deal with those guys over in Greece. I'm excited for that, but that will happen next time. For now, I'll leave you on time. This is Untitled Chapter, and this has been our King Arthur campaign. Thank you, and goodbye.
By Jove, it is a marvellous, marvellous day. Spiffing, one would say. Any one for Pims.
He has seen the light. He's joined the anarchy. He is cruel and cunning. And you know what? He likes a little drink, and I think that's marvellous.
La 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 la, chop your way through the peasants. One shot!
Defeat is not
No!